share. And I just want to thank Nellie now and for connecting me. Let me not get emotional. My spiritual giant in my family is my mom. And she had breast cancer. And I'm happy to say that she's still here with us. So this is a cause that's near and dear to my heart. I'm just so grateful that she's still here because I would have needed her a lot of times since that happened. And one of the reasons why I do spoken word is because God told me I have a story to tell. My story is very painful in some parts, and some other parts it's amazing looking back at how God had his hand over my life. Not just breast cancer, but my aunt, she also recently survived breast cancer, but we also had twin boys and lost one at 3.5 years old. And God just showed up and told me that his life was given to me as a gift to grow me. He wasn't supposed to be with us for a day, and we got 3.5 years, so go God, go God. So a lot of the work that I do is out of places of pain, and then I scratch it out and I say, but God. Amen. So we're going to do an interactive. It's called an awesome God moment. And every time I point at you, I want you to say, but God. Today I'm going to share with you an awesome God moment. If anybody knows me, they know I've lived through a lifetime of heavy things. But I can't believe sometimes that I'm still here, and then I slap myself on the noggin and say, I should have had a V8. No, just playing. I slap myself on the noggin and I say, my God is incredible. So I'm going to let you see what that looks like. I struggled with increasingly destructive thoughts.
But God.
I battled with bullying and neglect.
But God.
I almost gave up on my life several times.
But God.
I didn't know my worth.
But God.
My grade school friends abandoned me.
But God.
My mother had breast cancer.
But God.
Our sons were dying in my womb.
But God.
After 3 years, we still lost one of our sons.
But God.
I should have fallen apart.
But God.
I should have checked out on life.
But God.
My uncle fell from his bike and before going into therapeutic hypothermic state died 3 times.
But God.
He told me I am not what I think about me, I'm what he knows about me. He wrapped his arms around me and reminded me of his love. He quieted my pain and rage and got me through the toughest of nights. He reminded me that I am his and I was bought at a price. He said, I am with you. You are not forgotten. He scooped cancer out of my mother. He fought on our son's behalf and delivered them to us safely. He healed our broken son completely, and we will see him again. He raised my head. He wiped my tears and held my aching heart together. He woke my sleeping giant. My uncle's laughter is still heard today. He said, look over your life. After all the living you have done, both good and bad, was there ever a time when I didn't show up and show off? Don't you use death as an excuse to give up? Don't you use pain as an excuse to check out? Don't you use what I've already made right in your life and brought you through as an excuse to quit this race? Yes, it's hard. It's a race. This is life. But I'm the wind at your back, the cooling rain on your skin, the shade from burning sun, the food in your belly, and the beating of your heart. Life doesn't discriminate. It will bring us all hardships. But I am God. So what has God brought you through? List the worst things that have ever happened to you, and if you are still breathing and alive today to list them, then you can add a big time but God to the end of each item on that list. And if nothing changed, No healing came, death occurred, loss, loneliness, neglect, or depression were suffered, you can still, by God's grace, say, but God, because you are alive today through. Oh.